Hello, 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 everyone. It's Melanie, and welcome to Living Luxuriously for Less here on Amazon Live. So, if you received my email or if you saw my social media posts, you know that tonight's live is all about traveling luxuriously for less. So, I'm super excited to have you here on tonight. I want you guys to be very engaged in the chat. This is our time together, time for us to talk and chat and enjoy one another. And I cannot wait to bring to you, hi Wanda, hi Michelle. I cannot wait to bring to you guys tonight some of my favorite travel tips. So, with that being said, you guys come on in the chat, say hello, let me know who you are, where you're joining us from on tonight, and I will be sure to shout you out by name. Okay, so if you're watching me on any other platform outside of Amazon, I want to share just a quick little link with you guys so that you will know how to find some of the items that I will be discussing on tonight. So if you guys are as excited as I am, if you have any travel plan for this upcoming year, you definitely want to check out some of these travel tips. So just for starters, you guys let me know in the chat what travel you have coming up this year. Let me know in the chat. What are your travel plans? Hi Vita, hi Mary, how are you? Myrna, hello. So I'm going to pin the Amazon Live. So if you guys want to come on over here to shop or, just join in on the chat, feel free. Hi, Candy. Feel free to join in. Okay, so tonight's live stream, if you guys have read the title, is Team Carry On Only, and I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite travel essentials and packing hacks that will save you money, okay? And so the title kind of got cut off, but that is what we're going to be talking about on tonight. So the first thing when you're thinking about traveling, you're going to think about your luggage, okay? Yes, you're seeing you're going out to college. So this is some really good luggage here, Candy. Now this I would say would be perfect for like the weekends, coming home for the weekends. It's a two-piece set, and it also has like a cabin case on with it. On the back of it, it has a cup holder that they can put a cup in if they're in the airport so they can leave their hands free. And it also has a travel port, a charger port right here so she can charge her cell phone. It's hardback, which I prefer because a lot of times when you're traveling through airports and dorms and things like that, you can pick up bed bugs. So I like this because you don't have to worry about the bed bugs. Also, this kind of slips onto the back so you can slip it on and slide it off. I like this for like makeup and all of, your toiletries and everything, and you can just leave this entire bag in the bathroom. You know what I mean? And so it's great to house all of your toiletries. And I'm going to show you how to still get all of these pieces down to just 2 bags, because we're going to start with 3 bags, but we're going to condense all of our bags, all of our purses down to 1 bag. Okay, so this is a super, super cute set, and it is so functional. It comes in so many different colors. I like these type of colors because they really stand out whenever you're at the carousel picking up your luggage. I love things like that. And then you can get, maybe ribbon or something like that to tie it on. And then, Candy, I would also recommend for your daughter traveling off to college that you get those moving bags that you've seen me talk about. Those right there would come in more handy than anything, because you can condense those moving bags down and store those underneath the bed and maybe in a couple of your crates, and you don't have to have as many crates, and it will be easy for her to store, and then get her some luggage similar to this just for traveling home and on the weekends or for the holidays, so that she can move through the airport quickly. There's nothing like going on vacation or going home for the holidays and your luggage getting lost, or having to wait at the carousel or baggage claim to get your luggage. When your team carry on, It will help you move super, super quick. Okay. And so I love this particular piece, and it's TSA approved. It has the TSA locks down the side right here. Okay. And then also it has the footholds for you to be able to hang bags or, something like that on as well. Yes, Candy said this nice. She's addicted to coffee and her phone. Yep. It is so very, very, very convenient. Oh, Kim, she loved her table. It was stunning. I'm going to be doing a YouTube video about it soon. Awesome, Candy. Those moving bags are going to help you a great deal. If you don't listen to anything else I say, hear me when I say this. Put most of those clothing in moving bags. All of her essentials, like her tissues and cleaning supplies and all of her laundry detergent. Put those things into the lightweight things into the moving bag, and then put the other things into the put the other pieces into the actual crate. Okay, that will help you a great deal. Now, let me show you guys how to condense it down, because the first thing you want to do is make sure that the luggage you get is carry-on approved. This is a 20-inch piece. You want to make sure that it falls within the TSA guidelines. As you know, moving through the airport these days has been a lot more difficult. And so, you still want to travel, you still want to enjoy, you still want to have fun, but you want to plan ahead, okay? And so the first big thing is you want a lightweight suitcase, a lightweight carry-on that is very sturdy, that is hardback, that is 4-way roll, that, keeps you hand-free and falls within the guidelines in terms of the number of pieces or bags you can have when you get ready to board the plane. Got it? Awesome. All right, now we're going to move into this next portion where we're going to talk about what we do once we get on the plane. Let's just say we're going to a tropical location like a beach or something of that nature, and you have a lot of things that need to go on the plane. All right? And we're going to get into this in a second. So this is my carry-on bag. It's by Casemate. It also serves as a beach bag. All of the things, okay? And so this one is currently 14% off. I love it because it has this big bow that connects at the strap. And let me just kind of show you guys. It's a super cute piece. Okay, so it just kind of connects at the top and it creates a bow on the strap. It is so cute. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take your toiletry bag and you're going to put it inside of here. I also have my crossbody, which is what I use mostly when I'm traveling. So I have my little fanny pack or crossbody, and by Herschel, I'm going to put that inside of here. And then if you need some little cute dress up bags like this, maybe a clutch. Okay, we're going to talk about that. We're going to put this one inside of here. So now all of my bags, my beach bag, my toiletries, everything is in here, and I'm still able to meet the requirements in terms of 2 bags. Okay, so now inside of this, you see I have my toiletry bag. I'm gonna pull it out so you guys can see everything I have. I have a clutch, because if you may be doing something formal on your trip. I have my crossbody, which is what I use the most. And then you can have your other things in here. I also have my tripod in here. I also have my umbrella in here. So all the things that you need are inside of this bag. I have a little notebook. I have my chargers. All of those things are inside of my bag. So once I get to my location, I can unpack the things that I do not need, and then I can keep this as my beach bag. Okay? And so this, Candy said impressive. Yes. So I'm going to open this bag up and show you guys again all the things. And I still have room for a jacket, or I could tie the jacket around me. Hi, Linda. Thank you, Phyllis. Everything is inside of this bag. Everything that I just showed you guys. The purses, the tripods, the cameras, all of those things are inside of this bag, and you're still meeting the limit for 2 bags, okay? So once you have your bags narrowed down, your suitcase narrowed down, we're going to get into your travel outfit, okay? And I used to travel professionally for a living for a very, very long time. And so we have our travel bags. Any questions on the travel bags or the beach bag? The jelly tote, which is also going to double as my carry-on and my beach bag. Any questions about that before we move forward? Hi, Linda. No questions? Thank you so much for joining from Colombia. Again, y'all, I have pinned the link, so if you would like to shop, definitely hop over, shop the pieces. Okay, so the next thing you want to think about is your actual outfit, Marcella. I have 20-inch, but you may want to double check with the TSA website. But I want to say it's 20. I got a 20-inch. You may be able to do 22, but you just want to double check. I try to go with the smaller bag because sometimes the overhead bin space is smaller in some airplanes. So you're welcome. Hi, Sophia. Okay, so now that we have our bags and everything packed, we're ready to go. We're going to get back into some packing, but we've selected the bag. We have our things narrowed down to 2 bags. Now we're going to get into our airport outfit. And so I like to look cute in the airport because I don't know who I'm going to run into. And I just kind of got adjusted to dressing up going to the airport simply because a lot of times when I landed, I was going straight into an office or going straight into an audit or a meeting or something like that. So I always kind of got myself accustomed to dressing up and going into the airport. And so I found these Mango Pop women sweetheart neckline sleeveless shirts. And these are great for like under suits. These are really, I love how they kind of slim you out and they just really look nice and they're very comfortable. So I got this in like a black and a green. Let me grab the green one. And so I am wearing the black one. I'm going to step back. So I have this in the black and like an army green color. And I think it has a coupon on with it as well. But this is the set. This is what it looks like. And you can put this like underneath a suit. You can wear this with jeans. You know, you could wear a jacket over it. There are so many different things you can do with it, right? And so I love having like multiple small shirts like this so that even if I'm like traveling, maybe on the way to the airport, I may wear the black, and then coming home, I may wear the green one and keep the bottoms the same, okay? Hi, Charles. How are you? So I got it in both the black and the green. And so what I would do is like, I'm pairing this with some leopard joggers. I have my black shirt on. I could also take this black shirt and change it and pair it with a pair of shorts or a skirt, or I can also take this and pair it with jeans. You can do so many different things with it, right? But since I'm going to the airport, I want to be comfortable. That's my number one thing. And so thank you so much. And so what I'm going to do is, when I'm going to the airport, you also want to wear your heaviest pair of shoes. So if you're traveling in the winter, your heaviest pair of shoes may be boots. You want to wear those on the plane, right? But if you're traveling in the summer, your heaviest pair of shoes may be sneakers. And so whatever your heaviest pair of shoes are, you want to wear that. And so I have these Nikes. These are so, I love these. Like, they need to be clean. I have worn these so much. They are so versatile. They are Nike Dunks, but they have so many different colors in them. They have the mustard yellow. They have the leopard. They have the blue, the orange. And so that's what I can put on with my current outfit to wear in the airport. I'm wearing my biggest, heaviest shoes. Therefore, it does not have to take up that room in my luggage. Okay. And so again, if I'm traveling in the wintertime, I'm gonna have on my boots. If I have on riding boots or what have you, that is what I'm going to be wearing in the winter time. Hi Rosalind, how are you? And so I have these linked in the carousel. I will tell you that I did pay full price. These are very hard to come by. And the cost per wear, I've worn these so many times. Every time we go out of town or whatever we're doing, I'm wearing these Nike Dunks. Okay. So now I can take a denim jacket or a black sweater or something like that, tie that around my waist. I am good to go for the airport. I'm dressed. And then if I'm doing excursions while I'm on vacation where I need to wear some sneakers, I have my sneakers for the excursions. We are good to go. We are good to go. Any questions there? Any questions? Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Donzel. Okay. So now that we have our shoes in place, we have our outfit in place. Now we're going to talk about how we pack our luggage. So number one, let's think about this. The first thing we want to do is select a luggage that is going to allow us to carry on. And then we're going to select a second bag that we can condense all of our purses and bags and all of that into as we travel. Okay, that's the first thing we're going to do. Then we're going to get our outfit for traveling. Okay, and so for me, this is one of the things I wanted to kind of point out is that whenever I am traveling, I like to create like a color story. I like to create like I take one piece and I find outfits that will coordinate with that one piece so that I can limit the number of accessories and shoes and jewelry and things like that I need. Okay. And so I'm going to share really quick. We talked about the shirt, how I can take this shirt, pair it with other things while we're on vacation. And so now we're going to talk about the packing cubes, because once I come up with my color story, I can create different looks with one packing cube. And so I want to show you guys this packing cube that I have. It's a set. And would you believe I have 6 days of clothes in this one packing cube? Okay, so this set it's a 10-piece set. It has 8 packing cubes, and then it has 2 pieces, I want to say, for your shoes maybe, or it has something, let me see here, your laundry bag. Okay, and so I have it's a set of 8, a set of 10, or a set of 8. Excuse me. So I have 6 outfits inside of this set. And I have purchased several of these because whenever I got mine, my husband's like, why didn't you get me one? So I had to get him one as well. Okay. And so inside of here, I put together my color story. So I have one for my shoes and I have one for like clothing. And let me just grab this one for the shoes so I can show you guys this at the same time. Because remember, I'm doing all of my shoes and things like that in a separate one. There are several pieces to this. So like I'm wearing sandals. I can put all of my sandals and several pairs of shoes, or maybe a pair of heels. I can put all of that in this one bag. And see, this bag has plenty of room for me to add even a pair of sneakers inside of here as well. Yes, the packing cubes are the best. They save so much room in your suitcase and they really make your travel organized. Okay, so I have the shoe bags, and then I have the 10-piece set of the packing cube, and they come in like medium, small, large, etc. So, you know, like in my larger one, that's what I put my clothes in. Maybe this size, I may put my undergarments in, or socks, or, you know, something of that nature. So you want to make sure you just kind of have a rhythm. And then my shoe bag, because my feet are small, I can normally get like all the shoes that I'm taking on vacation into this one bag. That kind of limits me in terms of the shoes that I'm taking. And again, I want to make sure that I create that color story so that I can limit the number of shoes that I'm taking on vacation. And I don't take as many heels. I used to take a lot of heels. Not anymore. Not anymore. So I'm going to skip over just a minute, and then we'll come back to some of the things that I like to carry inside, like all of the gadgets. We're going to skip over and talk about the actual packing cube and then all the outfits that I have inside of here. So like I said, I pick one piece of clothing, maybe one piece, like one shoe, one something, and I will go in and I will make that my color story. Okay? So for me, this vacation, and I'm already packed for vacation this year, but this year for vacation, my colors are just really bright. So the swimsuit, and y'all know I'm not trying this on, okay? But the swimsuit that I selected, it has like the neon green, it has the yellow, the orange, the pink. It's a full swimsuit. It has the blue trimming. It has just kind of like the tie back. And this was my inspiration for all of my outfits on vacation. This was my inspiration. Okay? This was my inspiration. Super duper cute. I may try this on top. Well, no. It's really, really cute. Okay? And so what I did was I went in and I pulled outfits from each one of these colors. So I pulled the orange outfit. Let me show you. Okay, I'm taking all of this out of my packing cube. So I pulled the orange outfit for the orange. I have a pink outfit for the pink. I have a blue dress for the blue. You see? And it's all in a color story. And then I have like a lime green, yellowish dress for that yellow. Okay, so all of my outfits I have prepared. They're ready to go. You can always throw in some denim shorts or some jeans or something that you may need, but your cute outfits, you have those. They are good to go. Most of the time, if you're like at a beach, you're going to spend a lot of your time in swimsuits and cover-ups, so that's where I'm spending my time, okay? So I normally stick with like 3 swimsuits and cover-ups so I can switch them out as one is drying, or, you know, after I wash it out by hand or send it to the laundry. And so I got these swimsuits also from Amazon. And so I got the yellow and the blue, and then I have that one. So I am good on my swimsuits. And if I wanted to add a pink, I could add a pink, but I would take away one of these because I'm only going to do 3 swimsuits, okay, at a time. And so those swimsuits, I have linked them all. I like them because they are very covering. Thank you for following. They cover well. They are lined really well. And the brand here on Amazon that I get a lot of my swimsuits from is called Cupshe. And then this one right here, okay? I'll have to go back and link the blue one. So it ties up the back. It has the ruffles in the front. Super duper cute, and it is a 1-piece swimsuit. I'm not a 2-piece swimsuit girl, okay? So this is a 1-piece swimsuit. And so all of those pieces would go right back into this one case. And then I am good to go. When I get to the beach, I can pull out my swimsuits and all of my other clothing I can hang up, and I'm prepared for the week. And everything fits into this one. This is just one packing cube. Linda said, I agree, Phyllis. I used them on a recent cruise, and they were so helpful in keeping me organized. And you know what else I like about the packing cubes, you guys? I love the fact that you can take these packing cubes and put them in the drawers on your cruise or in your hotel or at your resort, because, you know, we'd like to think that they're all clean. I do take things with me, Keisha. Hey, Keisha. I do take like Lysol wipes and things like that to clean everything out. But for me, having the packing cubes and putting them directly in the drawer and just unzipping it, It is a lifesaver. And when it's time to go, all I have to do is put everything back in, Shawnee. All I have to do is put everything back into the cube and we're good to go. Okay? Now my shoes, Tara, I think Tara, you may be just joining in. I use the shoe. You can get some of these with your packing cubes, but I bought some separately because my husband wears a size 12. And so the ones that came with the actual kit were too small for his shoes. And so I just bought these separate. And I have 2 pairs of sandals inside of here. And as you can see, I have plenty of room. If I wanted to add some neutral heels inside of here, I could. If I wanted to add some sneakers inside of here, I could. But remember, Tara, I wear my biggest shoes on the plane. So in the summertime, if my biggest pair of shoes or thickest pair of shoes is going to be sneakers, I'm going to wear sneakers, okay? If my biggest pair of shoes is going to be boots in the wintertime, I'm going to wear the boots on the plane. So that's how I kind of pack to make sure I don't allow my shoes to take up a lot of room inside of my luggage. I hope that makes sense. And so these are the shoes that I have inside of here. So the first pair I have, when we used to go on vacation when I was a lot younger, I used to wear a lot of heels all the time. I was the girl that wore heels to a county fair. I wore heels to a football game, baseball game. And then one day I just realized how silly that looked, right? And so I stopped. And now, you know, I still like to be fancy. And so for like vacation, I'll wear something like these. And they are really cute. They're really comfy. They're kind of dressy, so if I were to put that on with like a jumpsuit or a dress, it still looks really cute, but it looks like beachy, but it's still dressed up, right? And then I also have these, and they come in silver and gold. I have both colors, and so I wear, these are kind of like my 2 go-to flat shoes for the beach. If I'm going to the beach, now if I'm doing something a lot more formal, I do have like maybe some nude heels or some clear acrylic heels that I will take with me on the beach. But this is normally my shoe collection. This and maybe a pair of heels, just depends on where we're going. That is it in terms of the shoes that I'm taking with me, okay? Now, when it comes to sneakers, I like to wear these Nike Dunks. They are hard to find, by the way. I did pay full price for them. I don't regret it 1 minute, 1 second, 1 hour of the day. And so whenever I'm traveling, I'm going to wear these or I'm going to wear my own clouds. It's going to be either one of these, but I typically don't pack these. I actually wear these on the plane because, you know, you never know, you may have to be running through an airport to catch your flight. And they really help to reduce the amount of space taken up in your luggage. Okay, so that's how I pack my shoes. And these are the Nike Dunks, and these are the On Clouds. And these are my 2 favorite pair of sneakers for traveling. And these On Clouds are also great. I wear these a lot now when I'm doing events. They are awesome on your feet. Okay, awesome. Okay, and then when it comes to like your handbag, I like to take a lot of clutches. And so I have this one in gold and white, and I have it also in all gold. And it matches the sandals that I just shared, it showcased earlier. And these are great to just kind of put, you want to choose one or the other. But you want to choose one that's going to match all of your outfits. And for this particular trip, this gold one is going to match all of the outfits that I have in place. All right? Any questions there? Any questions? That's a great question, Tyra. Thank you. So we've gone through the packing cubes. We've gone through the shoe travel set. I did get an additional one to that. And now we're going to go through like all of the smaller things that I like to travel with. So we're going to sit here. You're welcome, Tyra. And we're going to talk about all of the smaller things that I like to travel with, okay, that make my traveling a lot easier. We're going to talk about those things. You are so welcome. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the travel bottles. So with this particular collection, y'all know I told you guys earlier that I like to do a color story, right? And so even with the color story, I like for everything to match. So since I'm going with this bright colored suitcase and the cabin piece with it, I'm also going to go with the 16 pack travel bottles set for toiletries. So I'm going to go with that bright color as well. And then I'm going to add my bright color umbrella. And so everything is bright and cheery because it all goes with my color story. All right. Another thing that I like to carry when I travel is my travel cable organizer. This is like, I keep all of my travel chargers in here. This never comes out. I keep just like extenders, and we're going to talk about these a little bit more a little bit later on, but all of these are inside of my travel case. Okay. And it makes it a lot easier, especially if you're like on a cruise, you want an adapter, or if you're out of the country, you never know what type of adapters they may have. So I like to make sure that I have at least 2 different types of adapters, one for me, one for my hubby, or one for the bedroom area and one for the bathroom area. So I travel with 2 different adapters for my husband and I whenever we travel. Okay. Another thing is, you want to get your extra chargers. They're really inexpensive. So you can get like a 2 or 3 pack. I think this is a 2 pack. And these are the chargers that I use for vacation. And they stay inside of this travel adapter case all the time. And all of this fits inside of the suitcase. As a matter of fact, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pack the suitcase with all these things as we go, so you can see that everything can fit inside of the suitcase. So we're going to go ahead and pack that. So we got our clothing. Okay. All of our swimsuits, clothing. We got our shoes. And then on the other side, we're going to put like our intimate wear and toiletries, all of those things. Remember, the toiletries are going to go inside of the green bag. And so we have, and our makeup is going to go inside this bag as well. Okay, so we're going to pack all this so you guys can see that it fits. Hey, Bundy. How are you? Nine times out of 10, I like to put my cable organizer. I put that on the actual plane with me, simply because I don't want, I want to be able to have my chargers with me, and I don't want to have to get up and go in the overhead bin to get the chargers out. Okay? Another thing that I like to travel with are my luggage scales. These help my husband and I. I have 2, one for my luggage, one for his luggage. Helps us to stay kind of on track in terms of how heavy our luggage is, like whenever we're leaving, and also like whenever we're bringing back souvenirs from vacation. It helps us to stay intact with our souvenirs when we're packing our suitcases to return home. Also, one of the other things we like to do, we try to get our laundry done before we leave, because dirty clothes weigh more, wet clothes weigh more. So we try to make sure that everything is clean and dry. Even if we have to wash it out by hands and dry it, we try to make sure everything is clean and dry before we return home. Hi, Kimberly. Yes, I'm with you, Von D. I need a vacation too. Okay, now this fabric shaver, I've shown this to you guys many times. This is great when you're on vacation to, excuse me, shave off like things off of your black or things that may get on your clothes. The umbrella I shared with you all earlier in the bag, so you can get a really compact umbrella. And then in terms of your toothpaste, I do like the wet ones, the Crest White toothpaste, all of that inside of the little toiletry bag. And I put that inside of this bag. So all of that actually fits. So all of my toiletries can actually fit on one bag. And then I use the rest of the area for like makeup and things like that. Okay? Let me show you. So all of my toiletries can fit. And then I'll use the other side for makeup and perfume and all of that. So make sure that your perfumes and your liquids are like less than 2 ounces so that you can carry it on. And so that's the biggest thing. And I also showed you guys the travel adapters because I kind of skipped around a little bit. Another airplane travel essential, basically for the hubby, is this little contraption that he uses to watch TV, because every now and again you may get on a plane that does not have a TV available, or maybe the TV is not working properly. And so my husband loves to use this in order to watch TV. And I've shown this one to you guys before as well. It may be still in his luggage because I don't see it over. Let me check. I keep all of our bags like inside of each other. So it could be in one of his bags. Let me look one more place. Hold on, y'all. Nope. That's toiletries. These are all packing cubes as well. But you guys have seen that one several times before. So, yeah. All right. Now, I also like to keep our passports. I have an assortment of passport holders. And so I'll just, you have the kind that snap like this, or you can get the ones that kind of band over like this. So I have an assortment of passport holders. Hi, Nia. So you can keep all of your passports and everything together. And I mean, that's just something that I like to do. And then we've also gone over all the swimsuits, y'all. And we talked about how I create kind of a capsule with the clothing so that I only have to take a limited number of shoes and jewelry. All right. And then last but certainly not least, you're traveling. You want to be able to capture those memories. And so I like to carry my DJI Osmo Pocket 3 gimbal. Now, my husband accidentally dropped it the other day. It still works, but the screen is cracked. So I have to find someone to repair the screen on mine because it still works fine. And so I'll find someone to repair that screen for us. But if not, I'll still video. But it creates such beautiful pictures. As you can see, he cracked my screen right there. But I have it inside of a protective case. But somebody tried to pull it out of the case, or maybe the screw was loose. I don't know. But it came out of the case and it fell. And so it cracked. But this is great for vacation. And look at how small it is, y'all. Like, you can literally put this in your purse and get some really good footage, some really good video. And so this is great for, your vacation and capturing video footage and capturing photos. It's good for both. And so this is the protector case that I have kind of like to go on all of it. Hey, Trisha. Thank you so much for joining in. Okay. So some of the other tips that I wanted to share in regards to travel. Oh, let me show you my suitcase, y'all. So just so you know, we have our toiletries. We have our clothing. We have all of that, and we still got a whole side left. All right, let me show you. So this is a suitcase. All of the clothing is packed on this side, and we are ready to go. I could connect these two, our clothing and our shoes, packed. On this side, I would just put my intimate things and maybe a couple of other things, but I still have that entire side. And we can zip this up. And we are good to go with plenty of space. You see that? And so that's what great packing will do for you. And then inside of inside of our case, I still got room to put my makeup over here. And it still will zip up. And we are good to go. Okay? So I still have plenty of room to put my makeup in. We can zip it up, throw it on here, and we are good to go. And I love this color. It is so pretty. All right. So the last thing I wanted to talk about in terms of travel, you want to make sure that whenever you're traveling, you and looking at a price of a ticket, Tuesdays are typically like the best time to find tickets. I travel for over 15 years for work, and I always found the best prices on Tuesdays. And once I found a price, I would clear out my window or log in incognito to look at prices first. And then when I got ready to book, I would use my regular windows or, you know, clear out your is it cache or clear out, you know what I'm talking about. Clear out all of those cookies before you look for another flight. All right. Any questions? Any other questions about luxury travel? Am I missing any questions anywhere? What was your favorite item that I showcased from tonight's live stream? What is something else you would add? Now, of course, in your toiletry bag, you guys, you will need like mosquito repellent. You want to think about all of your meds that you need to take with you. I love to carry those things with me. And then if you ever end up in a situation where you have to stay overnight in a city, you have all of your luggage with you. There's nothing more uncomfortable than, you know, getting caught mid-flight and not able to get your luggage, and you're trying to make it, you know, overnight in order to you know, for your plane to leave the next day if there are any interruptions in your travel. Thank you so much for following, Amazon customer. And with that being said, if you haven't already followed me on Amazon, please click on that, tap on that link that I have pinned and follow me. I'm going to pin it again so that you can see it. And click on that, tap on the link, follow me. You are so welcome. You can shop all of the items there. And I have some exciting things coming up, y'all. Y'all be ready. So Thursday, we're probably going to be doing some baby shower stuff, because I have another baby shower this weekend. I had a baby shower first birthday party for a baby. And then I also had another baby shower. So I think I want to come in and share some more baby shower tips with you all. So be on the lookout for that. If you aren't already following me on Amazon, I would love for you to follow me. All you have to do is tap on that follow button, and it will ask you if you want to turn on all of your notifications for when I go live. You definitely want to do that, because you never know when I may find just an incredible deal and do an impromptu live to share that steal or that deal with you all. Yes, you need to have your luggage with you at all times, especially in these days, okay? You just never know. You are so welcome, Candy. Is there anything else that you guys would like for me to share with you all on tonight? Are there any questions about anything? Or if, you know, what would you like to see in the next live stream? Would you like for me to start doing Mother's Day gift ideas? Would you like to see the baby shower decor things? Would you like to see like something just like on baby shower centerpieces? Or what would you like to see in the next live stream? Let me know in the chat. Did you enjoy the travel content? I know it's something different. We do this probably once or twice a year. And so I had some new luggage that I definitely wanted to share with you all, and some new hacks that I wanted to share. So hopefully that was well received. I'm trying to make sure that there's nothing else new that I have in here, because I'm always getting new travel things. You are so welcome, Candy. It was all my pleasure. I stay with a good, this is by Nomad Lane. I stay with a good little crossbody bag whenever I'm traveling. I rarely carry like a big purse or anything like that. I don't do that. So Mother's Day decor and gifts, that's a good one, Wanda. I love that. Y'all, right now, Wanda is leading the pack in terms of showing up the earliest for the live streams. So you guys better get on the dollar, because I give out great gift cards to those winners. Phyllis said baby shower ideas sound wonderful. Okay, Phyllis. Oh, this is what I was looking for. Like, you see the small travel size bottles of the perfume? This is 1.3 fluid ounces. So whenever you're buying perfume, look for gift sets that come with a smaller bottle, or buy the smaller bottles for your travel. That's what I was looking for earlier. Looking for the buffet platters, drink containers, elevating buffet to the next level. What do you mean? Like the one that I already did, or are you looking for me to do something new? Expound on that for me, Candy. Mother's Day gift ideas. Okay. We'll do that like towards the end of the month, like towards the end of April. That sounds like a good one, Kimberly. Or maybe we can get started with it now. Thank you for following, Audrey. Welcome to the Luxe for Less family. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, something new. Like maybe a Mother's Day buffet, maybe? Okay. We'll get it all laid out. I was making sure that I got everything covered, and it looks like I did, you guys. Looks like we did a good job of getting it all covered. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me. As always, if you have any questions, definitely let me know. I will see you guys at the next one. Be sure to hit that follow button so that you will not miss out on any of my current or future live streams. And of course, I'm always looking for steals and deals. I have some exciting lives that will be coming up that will be focusing in on steals and deals. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. Thank you for following, Amazon customer. It doesn't say your name, but if you type your name in, I will definitely greet you by name. Have a great night, Von D. Thank you so much for joining as always. I love you all to the moon and back. Yes, thank you, Phyllis. I really do. I love you all to the moon and back. I'll see you guys Thursday. Okay, I'll see you. I may do a pop-up live tomorrow. It just depends on if I get this thing done, because I had some really cute graduation stuff to come in the mail, like super inexpensive graduation. It had the backdrop, balloons, and all kinds of stuff in it for like $20. So stay tuned. I may do a pop-up live on that. So you guys definitely stay tuned. Thank you for following, Carol Tunstall. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's travel live and learned a few tricks, tips, and ideas. Thank you, Nia. Good night, everyone. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.